A new documentary called The Green Prince follows the story of a Hamas informant, Hassan Yousef, who fed intelligence to Israel for 10 years. Mosab developed an unlikely bond with his handler from the Israeli intelligence service, Ganen Yitzhak. Mosab and Ganen are here now to talk about the movie. Welcome to you both. Let's just take a look at a clip.
This is my chance to be a hero for the sake of the nation. But Allah had other plans for me. We had the right to make the other side feel our pain.
Recruiting is an art, a very difficult art. You need to make him betray his own people.
He asked me, would you work for us? To collaborate with Israel is the most shameful thing.
The first day handling him was the first day of the end of my career. We called him the Green Prince.
Looks great. Thanks for being here. Mosab, your father was one of the founders of Hamas. What was your journey as a kid?
You know, I grew up in the Palestinian territories, witnessing violence. And through the lens of a child, you don't understand what's going on. I did not have the ability to discern between truth and falsehood. But I think things changed later on.
Yeah, how? How did they change?
It has been a journey, you know. I look at our society, our culture. I look in the mosque, school, everywhere, and I find that we had problems. And I always ask myself, what's going on? What's wrong? And I always blamed it on Israel, like everyone else. To find out later that we have fundamental problems, social problems, and we basically could not face the truth and reality. At some point, I had to stand for my truth and say that there is something wrong.
How did you end up working with the Israeli government?
In prison, I spent 16 months in Israeli prison. And Hamas people were torturing other Hamas members for suspicion of collaborating with Israel. And when I saw Hamas brutality, I decided basically to question the nature of the movement. And this was the beginning of a new journey that ended up working with Israel to save human lives.
Ganen, I want to take a look at a clip of you talking about how you deal with informants. This is a clip from the documentary, Your Tactics.
You also give him the notion that he's important for you, and you're not just using him. In Mosab's case, it helped us use him. For the Shin Bet, it was like, you know, a real achievement in the war against Hamas. It's like recruiting the son of the Israeli Prime Minister. This is the way we looked at it.
Ganen, how did you go about it?
Well, we had a goal, and the goal was to stop killing, to stop the terror that was spread in the streets of Israel. It was that important, and you know, our goal was high, to bring someone from inside Hamas. We didn't understand Hamas at that time. We didn't know how it works. We didn't know Hamas's secrets. And you know, recruiting someone like Mosab, the son of one of Hamas' founders, was, you know, like a real achievement in the Shin Bet.
How did you get a sense that it was even a possibility?
You don't know, you try. You know, you set your goal high and you try. We didn't know. It's not a case where we knew that there is something that will make him. But we try. Many times we try to recruit people and we get a no. In his case, it was more complex.
Was it a quick process?
It wasn't a quick process, and I think that the process Mosab experienced is very different than others, because he really evaluated or re-evaluated his society and the way he grew up, his background, and somehow he also changed the way the Shin Bet was dealing with the situation.
And just talk about the bond that started developing between you two. Mosab, was there a point at which you started feeling, I don't know, loyalty, friendship, camaraderie?
I start to realize that there's no difference. when I saw through all the walls of separation that created by politics and religions, I came to realize that we basically same people. We have same problem. Maybe we live in two different systems. One is a democratic system, and the other one is not a democratic system. I start to realize that we have the same struggles, we have the same conditions, we have the same human problem. And with that said, I start to build new friendships. And it became a stronger bond by the day.
So you spent 10 years feeding information to the Israelis. What was going on during that period? What were some of the major events that you were able to inform them about?
Right. Well, basically, it was not only feeding information. The Israeli intelligence had lots of information that they could not put in the context of what was going on. I understood the culture, and I was able to piece things together and solve some puzzles. And whenever I had the information about a suicide bomber, trust me, I did not hesitate a second to work very hard to stop a suicide bomber before they reached their target. Because suicide bombers did not kill only Israelis and themselves. They killed all type of people. They were against humanity.
We saw some gruesome images, obviously, of Hamas executing. We can take a look at that, executing suspected traitors. Were you afraid that that could become your fate?
Look, fear is an illusion. And at some point of our journey as humans, we come to a point where we transcend this barrier. What really matters, to do the right thing. And whatever they want to do to this body, they can take it. Most importantly, to emancipate the soul.